Just emotional.
It's the whole microwave mentality. Everything needs to be now. No time to build anything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you forget that Klopp built for 5 years. Arteta built for 5 years. Pep spent a bunch of money and still needed 2 years to build the title winner. And this is on a team that had already won the title a couple years before he got there.
Pellegrini?
Pellegrini.
Yeah.
Before Pep. So they had already won the title.
And then Pep comes in and then Pep
gets all the players and then gets all the players he wants. And then he gets the job done.
Becomes dominant.
And so all I'm trying to say is this. I actually want to see what a true rebuild is like, because until you go through this lowest of lows, remember Arsenal when they started the season 1 of 14, 1 win in 14, and the team that they beat was Man United 1-0 away from home.
We were 28 after like 3 games. We were last.
They went 1 and 14.
I mean, but I think also, like I was trying to say, United just send a statement to the players. This is what I mean. I feel like because you guys are so, I feel like because the Monte Glazers too, because they're so worried about not taking too many losses. No, like just hear me out. Players like Sancho shouldn't still be there at your club at this time. Trying to find, why are you helping him find the solution? Pay him, get him gone. When you set that precedent, all the players are going to understand that if they want out, they can get paid and get out. You take your L's. You probably won't sign anybody because you're using all your money to pay them out of your contracts. You play the kids, you end up 11th, 12th, whatever. And then next summer, you start adding up to your team because only people that you want, the people that will be there are people that want to be there. But
I think that's also tough for the size of Manchester United and the debt that you're carrying. They need to try to win sooner so they can pay off some debt.
Yeah, but you're doing it. But you're losing on so many phases.
I agree. No,
you're still paying these millions.
See,
to these
your solution is the actual shortcut. The shortcut that we're all trying to take is actually the long route. Your solution is the true shortcut. And the reason why it's effective is because it's very painful in the short term.
It's very painful.
It's extremely painful.
You won't buy anybody. You can't
buy anybody. You can't afford anybody.
You're just going to have the kids and people that want to be there.
But, however, you know what's crazy to me? Ten Hag and Amorim are the perfect managers for that decision. For that decision, Ten Hag and Amorim are the best ones to do it.
Look at Ten Hag. He got Aid in Heaven. He got Chida Obi, Diego Leone.
No, that's actually Amorim.
Amorim, yes. The Heaven, Obi, Leone, Dorgu. Bro, apart from Shesko and Bomo and Krella he spent this year, he hasn't spent so much money. If you take all the money that you buy Shesko and Bembo Kunya, you don't buy them last year. You get rid of Sancho and Rashford and Anthony and Maguire then and all the players that are kind of really highly paid players, but that's for how much you're paying them.
And that's another thing for you. Thank you for bringing that up. The Glazers were abysmal
with the wages.
At the wages, they were all abysmal. Yeah. It was terrible. Yeah. Now you can't get rid of anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
But they don't have any cash in the bank. So to terminate the contract, you have to actually pay it off.
Yeah, but you can do what we did with Aubameyang. We didn't pay him the full length of his contract. I think we paid him like 7.5 million up front, and then we just paid him. He wasn't on the team anymore.
Yeah,
we didn't buy anybody. I believe that's when we're terminating Ozil and Aubameyang and Kolasinac and Mustafi and Sokratis. We didn't really buy anybody. We couldn't buy anybody because all our money was going straight to them. We were trying to terminate people. We were playing the Iwobi. We were playing Chris Willock. Like we were just playing. We were playing on the kids. We have any options. That's what you have to do. And I feel like with a player like Sancho that's holding Man United hostage, you guys are working hard to find him a solution. It's just another task you have to complete. A task you can get rid of.
Yeah.
And you're Manchester United, you make the money back by December. It's literally all you have to go is go to one tour in Singapore. Done. That's it.
True.
You can if Arsenal can do it, you definitely can do it.
See, honestly speaking, I agree. I agree with you. Just swallow it, take the L, just move carry on.
Whatever 10 players want to be there, you know that at this 10 players want to be there. Yeah, and you put all the kids there. You're not gonna this year, whether you pay them or not, you will not make Europe anyway. What are you losing? Like right now, at this point in time, you can only play 44 games, 45 games maximum. If you go to the FA Cup final, you have no Carabao Cup, you only have FA Cup and Premier League. What are you going to lose if you pay these guys and just get them?
Just read
You're
everybody.
not losing anything.
Just bend them.
I
honestly don't know the financial situation, but if it was something that they could do, I would love for them to just bend them, get them out, get them gone, reset, do an actual reset of the culture. The way
that's what
I really liked because I remember when Arsenal was going through it. I remember I was telling you. I said it's painful, but you guys will reap the reward. I wish we had the channel at that time to really talk about it, because I kept telling us, like, this is very painful, but this is how you need to actually rebuild, so that way you clear the data. Because until you clear everything,
and then you start.
If you're going to rebuild the structure, you're not just going to put roof and beautify it. You're going to have to re-inspect the foundation,
redesign,
find the rot in the foundation, fix the rot in the foundation, and that's going to cost you money. Why? Because you have to take the roof off, you have to take the windows off, you have to take the walls off to get to the foundation. Then you start from the foundation, and then you rebuild the whole thing back to the top.
One thing the Glazers did was Man U became a destination for players to cash out.
Yes.
They were signing with Man U because they were making big money.
Yes.
No,
I agree.
No, like, people will talk about it. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea's not paying. These guys are on long-term 70k, 50k a year deals. And their players are better than Man U players. Like, Man U players, Casemiro was at 31 years old, like almost 200 or something. Why?
I think it's actually like 375.
Why? He came to retire. That was his MLS. Like, is he a bad player? No, but is he 375? He is not. Please, come on.
Yeah. Man United represented a chance for you to cash out whilst you're playing for a big club.
For a big club. And you're still in Europe, you still have the fan base. Then commercially, your brand is even bigger because you play for Man United. It makes sense to go to Man U. But those are the things that Man U should be selling to the players. Like, Madrid don't go pay nobody 375 for, like, you're not Mbappe. Madrid's going to sell you on the brand exposure. They're going to sell you on the team you're playing with, on the prestige of the team. That's what Man U should be doing. But Man U just became a simp for these players. And
but you see, that's what I'm talking about. Everything rises and falls on leadership. It always does. It always will. And it will forever be this way. It rises and falls on leadership. Under the Fergie years, the leadership was set. Edwards, Ferguson. Edwards go out and does all of the transfer work and everything based on what the manager needs. They deliver the player. The Ferguson turns the player over to the assistant coaches. This is how I need this team to play.
Yeah.
Coach them up on this way. So when I get there, I will then know how to tactically adjust them. When Premier League started making the revolution into possession football, one of the assistant managers left. He brings in Carlos Queiroz. Yeah. Carlos Queiroz became the guy in charge.
He was tactics.
Of doing the tactics.
Ferguson just managed.
Ferguson just managed the entire. So yeah, there was a structure. We lost all of that structure because, listen, as long as I remain a Man United fan, the Glazers remain the biggest enemy. And I always make sure that I refocus everybody's attention to the main.
Yeah, but you see, the Glazers and Kroenke were not far off 5 years ago.
But Stan Kroenke turned over the club to Josh Kroenke, who actually knew what to do.
No, he just.
Josh Kroenke understood what he needed to do. The principles are so important because they give you the answer for everything. Understand the principle of rebuilding. Inspect the foundation first. Start there. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, we fired everybody in hierarchy.
Don't repaint the ceiling. Don't repaint the walls. Don't do any of that nonsense. You re-inspect the foundation first, and you get the best people, like Sir James said, best in class, to re-establish the foundation, which is what they're doing. So if we're establishing foundation work right now, where are we expecting roof jobs to be done immediately? Foundation work takes time.
Honestly, I just think some players like Dalot should be out of Man United.
Dalot,
force him out.
Here are the people that should leave.
You're not playing
this next year.
This year,
it's 4 days. There's no replacements. There's no nothing. I get so, but say part of foundation is sometimes some of the work you have to do on your foundation will require extensive work. So we can file Dalot under extensive work, right? So eventually, from the back to front, Onana, Binder, Maguire, Luke Shaw, just off rip, and Dalot off rip. Midfield, Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno eventually. Right? So that's already 8 players before you even add bomb squad of Rashford, Anthony, Malacia, because Garnacho is already gone. Right? That's 11 players. That's so that's going to take some time. However, what they're currently doing that I like from Ruben is being the attitude problem ones. And I don't want to add Malacia into the attitude problem because he didn't have attitude.
It's just unfortunate.
It just wasn't good. So being the Sanchos, being the Anthony's, Anthony didn't exactly have attitude problem either. He just didn't fit as well. So being Sancho, being Garnacho, mental. Yes, being Sancho, being Garnacho, done. Sell Anthony, sell Malacia, done. The Dalos of the world, the Casemiros, the Maguires, Shaws of the world.
They become extremely
you can still get something out of them, but the ones you can't get anything out of is your goalkeeper, because a goalkeeper error 90% of the time does what? Leads to a goal. You can escape defender error, you can escape midfielder error, but a goalkeeper error at the rate that we've seen right now, it normally leads to a goal, and so far it's done what? It has led to goals. So these are the issues. So trying to argue a back 3, a back 4, a back 6, a back 11, completely irrelevant. Irrelevant. If you want to build something, this is the pain that you have to go through to build it, and you have to get through the pain. Every single club that rebuilt something suffered.
I mean, I really think if I'm
actually suffering, not Glazer type suffering.
Liverpool.
That was stupid. This is actually suffering because you know there's a potential there, but you're not quite there yet. That's where the real pain
you're far
comes
from me. Yeah.
Right. So Liverpool suffered.
I mean, if I'm Amorim, I'm not gonna lie to you. Players like Dalot, they will become French players.
They should. However, a season like this.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like internally there is pressure on Man United managers to play the higher paid players. I mean, that's what I feel like. Because Mikel didn't have that pressure. If Mikel dropped our highest paid player, the hierarchy boomed by the eye.
It did. Right?
He dropped 2 of them. He dropped Ozil. When they dropped Aubameyang, we were struggling for goals. And this man refused to play Aubameyang.
I remember.
We couldn't score.
I remember.
He refused to play Aubameyang.
We talked about this. Just regular conversation. I was like, yeah, I agree with him. Like, if you're going to reset the culture, there are examples that you have to.
You're just gonna have to take the L's. Like you just suffer.
You have to suffer. It's imperative. You're not going to. And now, unfortunately for Man United, we blew all our money with the dum-dums, with the Woodwards and those guys.
Now you get to try.
Now that we actually have people that would have used that money properly, now we have to be shrewd. But however, I think that the fact that we have to be shrewd now is actually going to help us down the line, because we're going to recreate and reestablish all of the cultural resets that needed to happen.
And your reputation in the market.
Spending money, reputation in the market, like giving out contracts, and signing the right players regardless of system.
Yeah, speaking about
everybody that we've signed so far can play in any system.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I honestly just think Amorim just needs to just. If the man, if Ineos is going to back him,
close your eyes and do what
he's going to pick his 17 players, and if you're not in those 17, doesn't matter how much you're making, you're not playing.
Yes,
it's that simple.
I agree.
Like if you do it now, January they'll find out solutions.
And then the last part of this whole toxic culture is now with the fans. Can you tell me why a manager has spent the last 7 months detailing the profiles of almost all the players in the squad? And it lets you know that Kobe Mainoo does not have the required athleticism and speed and pace and power to do the defensive jobs. So he sees him more as a offensive player in the mode of Bruno than defensive player. Because just because he's an offensive player doesn't mean he can't do a job in the first phase.
Sure.
Can't pick up the ball, knock the ball around, pass it off, and then move forward.
Sure.
So when he says that you're battling for position with Bruno, that's
Everybody gets
accurate.
angry.
Because why would anyone get angry? Because we know he's not Casemiro, we know he's not Ugarte. Those guys thrive on defensive actions. Now, that's not to say Kobe Mainoo can't do some defensive job. I think it was a season where he led the league in interceptions.
We play minus defender, I'm making the same mistake you make Pogba.
Exactly. So
Well,
exactly. Playing Mainoo as a defensive six is making the same mistake we made playing Pogba as a defensive six. When
it's the same
Pogba
thing.
should have been an 8 playing box to box,
Mm-hmm.
helping you out defensively when he can,
But
helping you
more
link
offensive responsibilities, yeah.
more helping you linking and having the offensive responsibility. And I thought Mainoo played well yesterday.
He did.
Connecting, moving the ball, but he should be playing very well yesterday against the 4th division team.
Yeah,
I was
but
very disappointed with the rest of that team. They got outran, outworked.
I'm not gonna lie.
So it was terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. Amorim saying Kobe Mainoo is competing with Bruno is him being very nice. Kobe Mainoo cannot play Amorim ball.
I think he can,
Can't play
in
Amorim
the
ball.
sense of, if you take a look at Morten Human,
It's not.
hold on. The comparison might be crazy, but let me land here.
Okay.
Let me land. He pinned Ugarte, remember?
Of course.
So PSG pinned them. When they got Human, his team pressed Amorim's team before Human would jump out and press. But Human is not a jump out and press guy. He sits and read, right? He sits and reads, he's scanning, looking for spaces.
He intercepts.
And intercept. Kobe Mainoo, best defensive statistics was what? Is interceptions.
Interceptions,
So he can do that job. He doesn't need to be a jumper. The reason why Amorim is, actually his name is Amorim. It's actually pronounced with an N, not an M. I don't know why I keep saying Amorim. So the reason why Amorim is asking for more pace and power and intensity of Kobe is because of the league we play in. You need that in that.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to have both. And I saw some shades of it in preseason, but obviously it's preseason. So now maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen it in the Premier League.
I think this is what Amorim should do. To help the club, or for the club to help him, he needs to preserve Mainoo's value.
Yes.
Then eventually they need to sell Mainoo at top dollar.
So I think that's the reason why